Thank you so much. Gosh, so much of what you have already said resonates with me. And forgive me if my voice breaks a little. It's very near and dear to my heart. I think that my why started for several reasons. One, certainly the energy factor and wanting to be there for my children and be the best mom I could be. I also I had been struggling with my weight since college, but definitely since having children. And I kind of like you just had sort of resigned to the fact that that was going to be my battle. It was always going to be my cross to bear. None of my family is petite, and they are many of them, most of them on my dad's side certainly have type 2 diabetes. And you know, one day I'll never forget, my daughter very innocently, when I was taking a shower, asked me if I wished I was straight like her. She's blessed with her daddy's genes. She's tall and thin, and when your 5-year-old says something like that and then tells you that one of her classmates told her that her mom was big, it just breaks your heart. It breaks your heart for your child. And so I think that I had reached what I kind of refer to as my rock bottom. My husband will tell you that he fell in love with my personality and my love for life and my love for people. And I had truly lost that. I just sadly over the last several years had found myself coming up with reasons and excuses why I couldn't attend things. I was obsessing over what I was going to look like and what people were going to say about me. It was just, it was paralyzing. And I even talk about how my hometown is an hour and a half away, and I haven't been home except for quick in and out trips to visit my parents in years, because I was so terrified that I was going to run into somebody from my past that was going to see me, and I was going to become that girl, the one that let herself go and stopped taking care of herself. And my friends would even kind of accuse me of sneaking into town and sneaking out, and they were right, but it wasn't because I didn't want to see them. It was because I didn't want them to see me. So I think for me, on top of all that, in addition to just the emotional heartbreak, I was suffering physically. I had sleep apnea, on thyroid medicine, anxiety, depression, all of that. And I kept questioning, like, how did I get here? I have the life I've always dreamed of. I have a solid marriage with a man I'm crazy about. I have 2 children, and I am unhappy. And so I sort of by chance, through a different avenue, met my health coach, and we became friends on Facebook. And that's when I saw for the first time what she did for a living. She was a health coach, and she had lost a lot of weight in a relatively short amount of time. And it really resonated with me because my 20-year high school reunion is in August. And I knew that I had to make that decision now. It was now or never, or I was going to be coming up with a reason why I wasn't going to go to my reunion. And that's just, I knew that I would have regrets for the rest of my life. Not seeing these people I love and miss and should be able to look forward to hanging out with. So when I met Lauren and she told me her story, she told me that she was a health coach, and I was introduced to Take Shape for Life, and I think that I probably was in a prayer vigil for a week straight, just mentally arming myself that this was going to be different this time. I've done it all. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done Advocare. I've done HCG injections. That's kind of what I always refer to as my real rock bottom. And I just kind of mentally got to a point where I was done. I was going to do it. That being said, was still a little bit skeptical. I didn't tell anybody that I was doing this. The only person that knew was my husband, and that's just because a giant box of food arrived at our door and I had to explain it. And after the first week, I had lost 10 pounds and 2 inches, which is, I know, above the normal, but I was thrilled. And I had kind of made a contract with myself that I was going to really be all in for a week, and we would see how it went. Well, after those numbers, I was like, well, can have those numbers. I'll stick it out for another week. And the next thing I knew, a month had passed by. I'd lost 22 pounds and about 6 or 7 inches. And I was on top of the world. My energy was through the roof. This happened to fall right around the spring break. And unfortunately, we had some weather that kept us homebound. And I was normally I would be celebrating a reason to have to stay inside. And I was dying to get out because I felt so great. And, whether it's 5 pounds, 25 pounds, you feel like $1 million. And I wanted to be out. I wanted to be enjoying the world and enjoying people and living my best life. And so this really has given me my life back. And not to sound melodramatic or cliche, but it really has become a lifestyle. It's been such a gift. It's ridiculously easy. And I think for me, probably in addition to having my energy and back and sleeping well and being able to reduce medication, I was insulin resistant prior to, and now I am off of all of that medication. My thyroid medication had to be reduced also. And I think that as a result, I feel like that also the community, that's the other thing I just love about this that I think has separated it from other diets. There are message boards available with certain programs, but you feel like a stranger in this, like Nemo in this sea of people. And so for me, I have met people that I feel like are my family now. And so the encouragement and the support and being fully integrated as a client and now as a coach as well has been a game changer also. So for me, just taking the guesswork out of what I can and cannot eat, having to only think and plan and prepare one meal a day has been just a huge blessing as a mom with 2 kids and a husband with all different kinds of taste and preferences. And I'm also a working mom. And so it's been convenient. It's been portable. It's been affordable. I'm pretty certain I've actually saved money from the money I was spending on just crap food here and there and drive-thrus. I can't probably narrow it down to 3 things. I just think the entire package is such a win-win that you just have to mentally make that decision and be all in.
That's awesome. You have such a gift for putting into words, like when you said like it was like stopping you socially. Like that resonates with me, like to just have that like freedom to go out and live life and not worry about, what people are thinking and only having like 2 pairs of pants in your closet that fit, like the whole closet that, you can't wear anymore.
And in an age of social media, I lived in perpetual fear that I was going to be tagged in a picture. That's just the sign of the times. And I was thinking, I was envious of people that just walked out their door and lived their life and could be. My people probably thought for about 5 years my children were, motherless because I was not in a single picture. And I was paranoid and would threaten my friends with their life if they posted a picture of me without my permission. And that. It's not any way to live.